I know you're trophyless, but just introduce yourself.
Money for 130 million. You know what I'm sorry to say. The fit talk say I dey hate on am. You know what I'm. You are bold enough coming from you. 13th position. You are bold enough to ask some questions. You should sit it out.
I don't understand. If Navas not injured, why you guys?
It's the likes of
Wait. Tayo, let him talk. Let him speak. Tayo.
Just for no problem. I was tired of them being 15 times champions. That's just my hate.
No problem. Kenny, what do you have to say about the game?
I wasn't surprised. Like I said, I used to say you don't write Madrid off. You don't relax. And you answer now. I
don't know. I'm not sure. We're not sure if they showed him 3 hours.
Bro, they showed only one angle. Even the people from the podcast and from the news outlet said it. It was only one angle, and they showed the angle where she called as a young dove, or he dived anymore. That's the only angle they showed. Brother,
I beg, wait till this.
Yeah, first, whether you like it or not.
It's like playing guys.
Imagine that Arsenal lost to Plymouth over the weekend. By now,
you people are the way. I don't like when you guys just jump and you are doing bias.
Welcome to Ball 18. We're here once again. I remember your host CTH Clifford Asemota, aka United to Life for C4. Today with us we have 2 new Gunners members in the house. Trophyless people actually. They don't win trophy, they always go close. They never win anything. We'd like to hear from them. Mr. Daniel, please introduce yourself to our hosts.
So that before you even introduce me, I've already shot me gun. I don't even know how to reply you. Anyways, whether you like it or not, I'm an Arsenal fan. My name is Daniel. I'm happy to be here. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Ademola, IB, I know you're trophyless, but just introduce yourself. You have to unmute. It's a free word. Even though you don't have trophy, just unmute and speak.
Don't be shy.
Happy to be back here. My name is Demola. Proud Gunner for life. Yeah, and till I die.
Okay, no problems. Good to have you here. As usual, we have T Gunners.
Please, don't introduce. I want to say something, please.
Yeah.
Host, you don't understand English. I'm sorry to say. You can't call Arsenal fans trophyless. We've won trophies before. Though we are in a drought. We have not had any trophy. But speak proper English. Put on be say trophyless Arsenal fans. You go school. Stop and move. I they respect you. Man no drag you.
Would I like history? I get that before, but no problems. We are here.
Let's say the top. We are
coming from 16th.
Okay. With the silver spoons. No spoon.
Okay, Arsenal. How are you guys faring in the Club World Cup? Oh, sorry. Before we
you did there. You did there. You did boss by head. You did there. Even Man City we think say will represent Manchester. They send them come back house.
Okay, guys. We'll talk about the Club World Cup. Then we'll go to we'll talk about the transfer season. Mr. Daniel, what is your general view on this Club World Cup? The gameplay, the pitch, the timing. What do you have to say? The crowd in the stadium. What do you have to say about it? What are the pros and the cons?
Honestly, I think this their new system. It's very unnecessary. Like I know they are generating a lot more money and all of that, but I feel it's very unnecessary because I'm happy. I'll be honest. We are trophyless, so yes, we take it like that with our full chest. But I'm happy that Arsenal is not at this championship because half of the players are probably going to come back injured. I think the last game, Rodri came on and left again almost immediately. Right?
He's injured already.
Yeah, do you get very, very, very unnecessary, right? And then it just looks like they were just pushing out for money and all of that. Well, we go see as they go. But I'm hoping that all of them come back injured so that the rest of us can have a better chance.
Yes.
Demola, do you agree with what Daniel just said? But I feel that, don't you think that people in the Club World Cup, clubs in the Club World Cup has better time to sink? It's just like a preseason before the main preseason for them, having new players to play competitive game with and might just propel them to the start of the season? Or do you think it's just a waste of time and fatigue for the players?
Exactly. I think wasn't Arsene Wenger and some other coaches have complain about the schedule of players in general, and introducing a new format into the football calendar that involves them not having enough rest and now having to play multiple games. And we need to know that, I mean, these players are running all through like almost 8 to 9 months in a year, and all of a sudden you're allowing them to keep running again. I mean, it's not it's not a good I don't think it's good for the players' health generally. Personally, I don't think I belong to an Arsenal group, and I've always complained about, I'm happy if people come back with injury, and I think I predicted it. I mean, Promise and Daniel can attest to it. But when I said that if I even mentioned Rodri, and it has happened, right? So there's a limit to what all these coaches can do in terms of player management. But we also need to know that all these players are not machines and all that. It's an experiment that I think it should be deleted after this. They shouldn't even do it again. Allow the players to have very good rest. Um, there's a major tournament in Africa in January that is also going to take them. Like it's just very very great. The World Cup too comes around. It's just messed up as far as I'm concerned. So I agree with Daniel. I always agree with Daniel. Yeah.
Okay, Kenny, you've always complained about the atmosphere. You've always complained about the weather. Do you think? Let's just divert a bit. Do you think this is same atmosphere and conditions we're going to have in the World Cup coming up next year, or do you think since there's more publicity about it and it's a country thing, we'll have more field stadiums and better everything in general?
I don't see it changing. It's going to get worse. And reasons why people already know what's happening in America with all the drama and all. Then I've been saying the fields are not good for these players. It's synthetic. They don't play on synthetic. Who plays on synthetic grass as a professional?
Chelsea.
Even me, no be professional. I no go play. I know they play for synthetic grass is alarming. I don't care. I know we all have this idea. Oh, they get paid £250,000 a week, so we can as well misuse them. But no, these guys are not machines. They need rest, proper rest for that man. And let's be honest, time difference is going to affect these guys when they actually go back.
Mm.
So most of these teams, that's when you be seeing fans come. My player just come back from Club World Cup. They no fit perform. You go chop beat in first one, chop beat in second leg, chop beat in third. Excuse go come choke, because before we too will be excuse our coach now excuse FC but PGMO, but this season which I know 1 year be this. Everybody should spend their money and focus on their problem. FIFA is too greedy as a body to govern football. Let's be honest, all they care about is money in their pocket, not how not players welfare.
Okay.
And it's sad. If na me I'm talking as an individual. My brother, I won't play. Club no go fit terminate my contract. They go only suspend me. I won't play.
Well said, well said, well said. Promise and looking at what Daniel, Demola, and Kenny have said, do you have any objection, or you are still going through with what they say?
I have no objection. My only problem that Liverpool is not in this tournament, because the way they are going, they will have a free run again. And by the way, have you observed something? Why is Chelsea on the South American side of the draw? Because it makes it very very annoying. How can you put Madrid, Bayern?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm answering more questions. Should I stop there or continue? Okay. But based on this schedule, for me, I don't feel sorry for any of the clubs that joined. They are going to come back injured. If you see Rodri, last game they lost against City, he's useless now, completely useless. He's not better than Lokonga anymore. He's completely flat, and that's because Pep did not let him rest. There's no point to play Rodri in this tournament. You have two midfielders you bought for over 100 million pounds. How is he starting? It should never be. Don't train. Just be in the gym. Stretch your leg, massage. No need for him to rush. See, learn from Arteta how you use Timber. Timber went 1 whole year, came back, slowly brought him back. There's no need. You have two nice midfielders you bought. Why are you using him? Anyways, it's good for Arsenal. This is the season where we win the league by April.
Everything is always good for Arsenal, but at the end of the day, end up trophyless. Tayo,
I would beg to differ on all this. We need to understand something. this Club World Cup one is money making. You can see it with Chelsea buying the lab and so players with how much they've already covered for playing this tournament. Clubs are here for business. They don't care all these things you guys are talking about. All this we're speaking is grammar, injury or no injury. People are winning trophies come next season. The same people you are crying, Man City, they are fatigued. They will still come and beat you that you did not even go to any tournament.
They will
So
not.
what's the complaint? What are we crying?
Tayo, they will not.
Secondly, this is another trophy. Fortunately, if Arsenal was in this tournament, I heard Del Mola say he's even happy that we are not in this tournament. If we win this trophy, this is one trophy for us.
Sorry,
I hope you know.
what are the we?
You can never win it.
Sorry,
No,
Tayo, you're not an Arsenal fan. You're not an
this
Arsenal
one
fan, please.
trophy. Wait, let me finish now.
Let it finish.
This one fan. This one more trophy for somebody. This one more trophy for somebody to win. And we are buying into this idea of European style of complaining when it doesn't fit our schedule. You remember when the World Cup was in Qatar in November? Everybody was screaming, Qatar is going to be a failure. Why would you play the World Cup during the middle of the season? It's the same thing you're having with the US. Come on. US have hosted the World Cup in 1994 as a Did you see the crowd? So for Kenny now to say it's going to be a rubbish in next year, that's a big lie. You and I know that. Country football is different from club football.
My brother, can I interject?
Wait, let me finish. You will see, guys, the ticket is high value. And for a first tournament, we are being too harsh. That's the way I look at it. We are rushing to start judging this tournament. Give it time. At least 1, 2, 3 years. Relax. Nobody on there many years now. Nobody do anything. Calm down.
And that you have to consider that the people come to watch these games are also going to be international fans that will be flying in. It's a World Cup year. So the only thing I'm going to say is this might just be a test run for US to see how it's going to work. And again, it's not just US hosting it. There's Mexico. I think there's Canada as well. So it's 3 nations. So it might not be packed like.
I was going to say,
Ademola.
I wanted to say something. I mean, in as much as we said, it's another trophy. It's another trophy. It's more money for some teams and all that. We need to also remember that the only reason why me and you watch football today is because of those players. I mean, the only reason why we're fans is because of those players. Between 2023 and going into this season, as at July 2nd, right? There's been a history of 38 ACL. Players had ACL. That's the highest. ACL is not just, I mean, for people that play football, ACL is not just one random injury like that, right? So if you're having an increase, that means something has happened. And the likes of Jurgen Klopp complained about it. Arsene Wenger complained. These are top coaches that, I've seen development over time and I've seen that, there's something going wrong. You are putting too much load on these players. Not only are these players playing in their clubs, you guys expect them to play in cup games. You guys now expect them to be internationals as well. Like, it's too much. So, to be honest with you, I personally would just think that FIFA should, our opinions probably does not count, but I'm sure there are a lot of people complain about it. But FIFA should get to that point where they are considering, when they are making this type of decisions, they are actually putting into consideration not only the players' union, but they are also considering what the coaches are saying. Because if you have the likes of Rodri, Militao, Ter Stegen, goalkeepers, the first 38 ACL in last season happened in the first 2 months. The first 2 months of the season starting. That says a lot. And if that trend had continued, and let's watch it. Let's just see what's going to happen at the beginning of the season. If you continue, and there are some players that you can't just keep on the bench. You can't keep the likes of Rodri. If Rodri says his feet in coach, right? You can't keep him on the bench.
Yeah.
If Gavi says his feet in coach, you can't. If Enzo says his feet or Caicedo says his feet in coach, you can't keep those players on the bench. You definitely want to play them, and it's their word against your word, right? If I tell you that, I'm in a very good condition, but deep down I'm not, you would have to play me because as a coach, as a club, as a fan, you want to win the game. So that's why I personally, I don't agree with this calendar nonsense. It's total BS, considering that fact that we're going to have a World Cup next year, considering that there's an AFCON next year. It's total BS.
Yeah,
Demola,
Demola, just
that's
to add.
why Demola,
Okay,
that's
Please,
why
please.
Tayo answer. Let me
No, please.
answer.
I just want. No, I want to.
you need to meet your owners. There's something they call in football, stack up your squad. As a matter, answer me. Paris Saint-Germain won the treble. Bayern Munich, people are winning treble. People are winning trophies. They stack your squad. Talk to your owner. This one, I don't think is accusing FIFA or accusing UEFA.
Kenny, wait.
Because we are saying FIFA has added this busy schedule. Remember, Champions League, they've added extra 2 matches. They've added extra playoffs. Are we considering all these games as well on the UEFA side? It's easy to blame FIFA for trying to play this. I know, for me, I don't like this 32 game system because it's just so many games in the middle of the end of season. You understand? If they can bring it down to like 16 or so, because it's just too big for 32. But me, I'm not blaming FIFA or UEFA either because there's money in these clubs. These clubs, they should spend. Then their country spend money. Let's have good squad, so we can compete. Look at PSG, will not be crying now. They are happy, they're enjoying. When you are winning, you will not even think about injury. Okay. I'm telling you, if Arsenal has won treble, they won't be talking about injury. If Man U have won treble, they won't be crying about injury. What they will be talking is they won something.
Sorry,
I've won treble.
I want to. I believe Tayo is a Chelsea fan, right?
No, Arsenal fan.
The Arsenal fan.
The Arsenal fan. Okay, so I want to speak specifically about Chelsea. Chelsea had a record of like 24 players that had injury. That's the highest that they've had. Now we all know that Chelsea has this large squad and all that. As a club, right? The reason why you have backroom staff, sports scientists, and things like that is to reduce these injuries so that these players can be available. Because whether you like it or not, as these players are sitting in the treatment table, you are still paying them money. So if you want to talk about the business side, we cannot ignore the fact that you are paying somebody that is just sitting down on the bench, or you are paying somebody that is just sitting down at home watching Netflix when he's supposed to be on the pitch of play.
But
so we can't ignore that.
But even to add to what Tayo said, okay, Kenny, go ahead. Sorry,
sorry to cut you. There's something I read. I know most of you must have seen it. A sports director or something said everybody is complaining that these players are playing too many games, but we should look at it on this side. He said these guys are getting paid 350,000, 400,000 pounds a week. But let's look, how is the club generating this money if they don't play more games? Let's be honest between ourselves. Let's leave advertisements and sponsorship and all. If they don't play more tournaments, when Arsenal no go Champions League, trust me, most of the players they are close. We feel them. But now we go Champions League, we made about 100 and something million pounds even without winning the league. So without these competitions, see Chelsea will be able to balance their PSR, be waiting that they call them profit, sustainability, whatever rubbish. They will be able to balance it with this competition. Yes, though I don't appreciate it because most of the teams that came to this competition won this competition, they won their trophy or their league 4 seasons ago, and you brought them into the competition. That's why you see teams getting 16 goals in just 2 matches. It's not normal. But the truth is, if they don't start working on players' wages, reducing it, let's be honest, even this boy we then buy from Bayern Munich for 130 million, you know what I'm sorry to say. The fit talk say I dey hate on that. You know what then you won't pay person. See party to won't collect 200,000 pounds with injury. I won't pay such.
Okay, we'll get to Arsenal. We know Arsenal has a lot of problems. Danny wants to say something.
But I feel like in general, you're still buttressing the point. Everything everybody's talking about is money, and that's the major problem with this Club World Cup. It's just a money grabbing scheme. Do you understand? And people need to understand that football has gotten this far and has maintained this because of quality of games. This Club World Cup, the games have been useless. You cannot deny. Like a lot of times you've gone and you're like, what is all this? What is all this? What's going to happen is that people coming after us are just going to look at these games as being useless, and then the interest is going to reduce. Because, for instance, now some of us we watch one game, watch second game, and then we start to slowly. How many of us have actually watched all the games in this Club World Cup? And I feel like it's going to generally spill into other tournaments little by little. Because before you know it, for instance, now they finish the Club World Cup, and Man City is going to go and play Arsenal, and then is third team that are playing. Nobody's going to be interested in watching that game. That already happens. And then slowly it will dissipate to all the other tournaments. But as long as FIFA is generating money, they are going to be happy. So nothing we can do about it.
And I was even going to say, make a point on Tayo's comment about PSG. Please, let's not use PSG as a yardstick. They are in a freaking farmers league. Their third team will beat half of the whole French team. Half. There's a reason why Liverpool, the best team in the whole world last season, couldn't win more than EPL. But they can't feed more than what they have. Their first, look at their top scorer, Salah. How many times did he chop bench? We're talking about buying quality. How many times did Gravenberch, Ryan, or Van Dijk, or what's this guy name? I mean, McAllister, chop bench? Look at PSG league, for Christ's sake. There's a game they even won. Half of the team was not even playing. Against Arsenal, they do toss with first half, they come out time. Try it in the league now. You want to come out Saka first time. Even if Saka, they lose game. Baba, it is unrealistic. Chelsea will get 10 million squad where they finish. The day where Jackson no play, they shout, please, Jackson, come back, we miss you. Jackson, come back, we miss you. Jackson, come back, they still lose. So we cannot use PSG as a yardstick. PSG is scaled through because look at that league. After PSG, I think it's Monaco that is next. Please compare Monaco's squad and PSG second team.
PSG won that league. How many leagues?
How many leagues?
Something. It's not even.
It wasn't.
And if I'm wrong, correct me. Liverpool is a better team, full strength than PSG. But we know what happened. I mean, they both want to say 1-1, 1-0 each and went on penalties. Why did Liverpool lose to Newcastle? Hold on, I have not finished. Why did Liverpool lose to Newcastle? Baba, you cannot play back-to-back marathon games. We cannot tell me that Newcastle is better than Liverpool in any game. Midfield, defense, attack. Salah that have at least Salah scored 50 plus GA. This is now just finished. Just mention how many games can think of that Salah got benched. Mention, like just generally mention. Look at their first 11. Mention how many times their first 11 got benched. If it's not what's his name, Sabah in the 8th position. That's all. Nunes, I say Nunes, Gabo, Nunes, and Diaz like interchanging. Like you cannot even use PSG as yardstick of injuries. Chelsea yardstick of injuries is a Baba. Please don't mention. They played in Alaba Conference League. If they're traveling, they take night bus. When they come back to Premiership and they still lose. Mind you, they play Conference League as much. Me and you watch, you will see the games. They will change the whole first 11. If they're losing, they'll bring the big boys. They come back again after resting this first 11 and still lose on the weekend. This is the English man for you. So go to City, right? With their B squad, Rodri got injured. They suffer. There's nothing Pep not do now. Pep try all formation 3-4-3, 5-4-1, 6-2-1, whatever it comes. You see flopped. That shows you need your first team 11 squad. All this thing of B squad is BS. How many of them they use their second team to play Champions League? Talk to me now. Like even when you rest your guys for EPL, the opponent will say, "Oh, they're licking their lips. Like thank God you don't rest them." They go flog you. You're not playing French league or you're playing MLS or you're playing with a Yimba. You're playing boys that because Brentford will not rest second team for you. Neither will Brighton do so. You because the big boys have capacity to buy 2 teams doesn't mean that Brentford first 11 will beat Arsenal on normal day with their first team. Now imagine subbing. Imagine an Arsenal fan, for example, we see Jorginho and Partey. Second game against weekend game against Spurs. We now see Jorginho and Merino in midfield. Please, how you go feel? If like by Vetia that is comparing to Vetia was hardly benched throughout the year. Plus this mind you, he finished the league, went to Champions League final, so he played more games than most people did. Then still started European competition with Ronaldo in Portugal. Went to final, still won, played games, came back, went back to this competition, continued playing. But even in the time they did substitution, Vetia did not get benched because he's their most important figure in the team. So all this talk of big team, big squad, people will get big squad. How many people they play the first team with important games? So
you know, if you get big head and nothing they head.
Yeah,
that Chelsea where they shout. They just get big head.
So Chelsea don't get players. So Chelsea, but
and you look like Chelsea players now.
But
you say
hold on. But Tayo, let's be honest. Tayo, you praise Chelsea for going here. Say they bought the lab. You yourself know that the lab.
Yes, now
hold on. Let me finish. The lab Gittins and Pedro will not take them anywhere. It's like buying Madueke times 3. Like you spend 150 million as Samota and buy Madueke 3. You went to market and say, give me Madueke 1, give me Simboda, give me his sister. Bring 3 of them in one club. But I think I'm now. Why didn't they get that money?
Promise,
and
forgive
hold
him.
On. Why did they get money? Papa, Gyökeres was available now. In fact, that money would have bought what's this guy name that went for record transfer in Liverpool. Liverpool no pay 150 for him now. Chelsea has spent Florence. Chelsea has spent £150 on a freaking average players. I'm listening at attackers because he won't boost squad. even see, it doesn't matter who you start. Dela on a normal day will never beat Brighton. They will beat Brighton. Brighton will beat them with that team. So it's not the quantity of team you have, it's the quality of the players you have in your team. But I'd rather buy 2 of Saka finish than buy 5 of Madueke and then put in my team. So if you think about it, at the end of the day, the big clubs spend money. See, you wouldn't say we'll forget say City spent 200 something million in January. How far? How did it go? They were still playing their old guys in midfield. That Nico guy, I think he played like only 2 matches. Even 2 matches he played, people were like, what is this? What is happening? Like people were shocked. So for me, my opinion of buying B squad is fantasy, because at the end of the day, you play your best 11. I drop my mic.
Okay.
Yeah, quality players won't come and stay on your bench. So yeah.
That's all for for the let's talk about the quality of football. As the South American team showed us that this computerized style of play is not all that. El Ali, that's the Saudi team, showing us that football is not only in Europe. Like Ronaldo said, that the quality of Saudi league is top. With that victory against Man City, are they showing us that football is not only in Europe? And South America showing us that the Samba football is still a way of life and can still progress and can still win you trophies. Demola.
Well, I keep saying that the winning football games goes beyond individual skill. There's the team aspect. There's also the tactics aspect. And one of the things that Inzaghi did well in that is, as far as I'm concerned, Inzaghi brought the European tactics into that team. I'm referring to the Al Hilal game against City, and it takes me back to what Mr. P has said, that it's not about the number of people you buy. The fact is, chemistry is also important. Do they gel? I still haven't seen Cheki, Tijani Reinders. I've not seen that City team gel. I have to be completely honest. I think it's going to take a while, right? And all Inzaghi needed to do with that team that he had was to put in his ideas into a team that already existed. And the same thing applies for the South American teams. It's a team first before individuals. And that's one of the things I think it's important that we should take into we should factor in whenever we are doing all this analysis. Same thing I said about Chelsea. Chelsea buys millions of players, but they've still found it very, very difficult, to blend the team. Let's look at Liverpool. Sorry, I'm bringing those teams back, but let's look at Liverpool. All Liverpool needed to do was to infuse tactics into the same players that probably didn't do well the season before, and just introduce new training regimes, and that's it. They went past everybody. I think I was listening to Slot one time, and he said that all he did, and they did more of gym work than running grass. So it's just ideas. It's ideas, tactics, teamwork, fighting for the badge, and those are the things that are important. Those are the important things right now. And as far as I'm concerned, the likes of City, the European teams in general, that just adding a contingent of players to their team and all that. If you don't have a particular style of play and have those players fit into that system, right, then you're actually going to have difficulties playing some teams so you're going to have difficulties playing some teams that are already stacked, already have a particular way of playing, and they just need one or two tweaks. So I'm not really surprised. At those results. There are a lot of European coaches that are going to the Saudi leagues now. It's very easy for them to bring in their European tactics and say, oh, we know how these players play. We play them day in, day out. We know how they play. So this is all what you need to do, or throw the ball in the air, or whenever you are on the ball, in fact, there's just a lot of tactics right now. And as far as I'm concerned, I think tactics wins games, because if you go back to the Champions League final, I think that was purely tactics. That was purely tactics. They rendered Inter Milan useless by tactics. Not that Inter Milan did not have the players to play. So, to answer your question, I just think that in this particular Club World Cup, tactics has played a huge factor in determining who wins games, and also the team itself. The team, I mean, everybody knows how you run, everybody knows how you pass, everybody knows what you want to do with the ball. Back then we say that when Okocha has the ball, maybe Kano or Yekini knows what he's going to do with the ball already. All those things are very, very important in football.
Okay, Tayo, do you agree with Demola, or you feel that too much computerized football, Arteta inverting like Pep Guardiola and all this affects the ability of players to actually bring out the best in them, or you just let them play like the South Americans, free-flowing and easygoing?
Yeah, for the South Americans, they have a style. That style might not be implemented in Europe. So we have to also consider that as well. So for European style playing that way, it's working for them. It's working for them. So I don't feel there's anything like computerized. If it's maybe a league phase now, we might be talking something different in terms of the way they are playing. And don't forget, the South America you're talking is Brazil and Argentina. These are places European teams go to feed on. The guy from River Plate, they buy players from them because they are pretty much very good. They are up to European standard as well. So I don't look at it in any way. And I like Demola mentioned, Al Hilal, the quality is there. Look at the players they have. Don't forget, they have Ruben Neves. They have Milenko Savic, Bono, Malcolm. These are not useless players. These are not Alassane or Al Ibrahim or Ridwan. These are quality European players that is in Al Hilal, that Inzaghi just needs to infuse that tactics in them, and they would deliver. So I wasn't surprised at the B City at all, because they could actually match them up on their day.
Man to man. Okay.
Man to man. Yes.
Yeah. Well said. We'll move on to transfer window, and we'll call it a day here today. Arsenal, you guys are going for Eze, going for Madueke, going for JJ, going for Ozil. Like what's happening, Arsenal? Arsenal, what's happening? You're going for Goscoiz, you're going for Sesko, you're going for Osime, you're going for Igalo. Like,
we are doing that thing that Promise is saying is BS. That's why I want to shame him, because I know I will catch him here. That's why we are buying players. He said we are just buying. It's not by big squad. At times you need this squad. You need this team.
Okay.
And that's why Teta decided not to go and buy any other player. I'm deciding for Nogard, the Premier League experience, because we will need him.
Talking about Nogard. Yeah. Promise, Kenny, Demola, and Tayo. So you're selling Thomas Partey, and you're bringing in. You're letting Thomas Partey go, and you're bringing in Nogard. Is this not contradiction? Nogard cannot control games.
But Mota, we've said this already before. Maybe Tayo was not there, Demola was not there.
I want to hear from Demola.
From Demola, okay, fair.
Nogard is more of a ball winner. He can't control games. He's more of a late burst crasher, not the ball. Let me fight for the ball. But can he control game like Thomas Partey? So if you're letting Thomas Partey go, are you bringing in another person, or you're assuming Declan Rice and Zubimendi can do that job that Thomas Partey does for us now, with the old head and his experience in Premier League? Demola.
So I think Arteta bought. I mean, so when we say Nogard and all that, I don't think Nogard is that replacement for Partey. I might be wrong, but I think it's more of Zubimendi. Zubimendi is the replacement for Partey in terms of controlling the game. That's the thing that Thomas Partey does. And if you check their statistics, I mean, comparing Nogard and Thomas Partey in the last 3 seasons, Nogard has been a better midfielder than Thomas Partey in the last 3 seasons. I mean, the thing about Arsenal fans is that we tend to use a lot of sentiment and all that, and not look at the stats. Partey has only given us one full season, which was last season. He has only given us one very good season, which was last season. Yeah. And Nogard brings something called presence. I keep saying that one of the advantages that Newcastle had over Arsenal, has had over Arsenal in the last 2 seasons, is their midfield. For some reason, they just take over the midfield and Arsenal collapses. I mean, Odegaard is trying to do his press. He's very, very small. Martinelli is putting his head down like an idiot, and he's not doing anything. Like that middle is very, very important. So just look at height. Nogard gives you presence. It gives you interception. It gives you height. He fox in the box just like Merino, right? Somehow he just pops up in the box, especially for a team like Arsenal that tends to score,
make use of set
pieces. And I was telling someone recently that Jova made, in as much as we praise Jova for Arsenal scoring a lot of set pieces last season, we also considered a lot of set pieces. So we also need to look at that part, right? When we are actually when we are considering set pieces, who are those players in the box? If we don't have the likes of Gabriel, or if Gabriel is doing something, or Saliba is doing something, what are our midfielders doing? You understand? So all those things are important. And I keep saying that, okay, Arsenal fans tend to have a lot of ideas, a lot of stats because they are watching football on Sky Sport or Football TV. But the people that actually do the job have seen these players and know that, okay, fine, we should actually go for this player. Premier League proven, has he been a better player than what we have currently? Does he improve us in that department? I actually think Nogard would improve us in that department. No disrespect to Thomas Partey, he has been a faithful servant, he has been a good player, but I don't see him giving us another 2-3 years. Rather, I would see Nogard do that.
And we should also consider that Arteta is being careful now, because he brings Zubimendi. We don't know how that boy will pick. If he doesn't pick, I will go and find one 16-year-old boy behind Zubimendi. There's a problem already.
Yeah.
We don't have another 5 years to wait. Baba Nosak is waiting for him. That's where that Nogard coming. And Nogard is not even a replacement for Partey as a Demola mentor. Haters, now just one twister. We knew it's Zubimendi, Partey, Jorginho, Nogard. That's how it is. I mean, I expect Nogard to ball for me because we need that presence. Partey has tried, more no lie, but even for the 5 years we did, we don't win anything that way. So him going is hard, but anyway, we have to move on. We have to move on. Yeah, because Partey is looking like that. Obama Young signed that thing after that 1 year wonderful season. Now, Obama will give him a contract now. He go back, he go pack shop.
Sign that thing.
So make it all go. Make it just go. I beg.
Demola, you mentioned something that Arsenal fans in quotes always do, like they know more than people who are working with stats and working closely with the players and have seen all these things. That means you can't call Martinelli an idiot, because Martinelli has been present for Arsenal for a very long time. He has been playing consistently, and you have not found a replacement. So you have to give Martinelli some respect. Promise. Do you agree with Martinelli being an idiot?
I mean, yes. Martinelli, though, I don't blame Martinelli for his aggression. It's like I was saying them on the Arsenal group. For me, the coach tactics will only allow you to see Martinelli defensive side. If you think about it, he's one of our best when they come attacking guys that always track back. That's why the coach always keeps him. But when you don't, remember when we have Xhaka on that left 8, and Xhaka sprays ball, he's always popping in the box. We've not got anybody that really does what Xhaka does. Maybe with Zubimendi to allow Rice and Odegaard go focus. Take our gameplay last season. Odegaard always come back to collect ball. At the point, it's with what's his name? It's with Ryan by defense. There's no way our attacking midfielder is running back more than half the time of the game to collect ball. So by the time he collect ball, the opposition will really block any passing line or passing space for. So I think that changing to what's his name, Zubimendi might be a way. While I want to keep defensive shape, I also want to keep the attack balance, because most time we're struggling to create anything. And if Odegaard can stay up front with Rice and what's his name, Zubimendi as a pivot, or Rice, at least Rice helping him to help Martinelli. I like it, but I mean, it's disappointing the past couple of seasons. But I'm hoping that if they bring someone in, like maybe Eze or someone that like their rival, maybe that will push it. So we'll see.
We don't even
I was going to counter what Mr. P said. So one of the greatest advantage of a winger is one, your take on, your dribbling ability, your eye for goal. Martinelli's assist dropped last season. Martinelli, out of all the wingers in the EPL, he has one of the lowest take-ons. Like you can't beat a defender, right? So what are you doing, right? And in terms of ball attempts, shot at goal, and all that, he has low numbers as well. So when we blame Arteta, and we say that we blame the coaches for telling wingers to defend, that's a natural thing. If you're on the wings, you need to come back and defend. That's very, very natural, right? But I am not going to teach you how to take on a player. I'm not going to teach you your decision making when you have the ball. That's a football IQ stuff. And that is where I have an issue with Martinelli. Martinelli, I've seen him do it in seasons before, and I've seen him regress. So that is that is why I probably would have call him an idiot, because I haven't really seen growth. Rather than seeing growth, I have seen a decline. When you have the likes of Kudus, you have the likes of Doku, you have the likes of... There are a lot of players right now that are doing take-ons. And if Martinelli can do the take-on the left side, Saka does his take-on the right side, I keep saying that there is nobody that stays in that 9 position. And that's why you see Mourinho banging in goals. There's nobody that stays in that Arsenal front, that triangle that will not score goals. Because for some reason, the triangle behind tends to work for them. If they are all in their right senses. And out of everybody in that four-man attack, I will be very honest with you, I think I saw Martinelli as the weak side last season.
Yeah,
okay, no problem.
Okay, I was going to say quickly, right? But don't you think that even Saka take-ons have reduced? Like, it's very obvious. If Saka get ball, he's passing back. He sends to Martin, but when they get ball, he's passing back. Like
injury.
The problem with Saka, the problem with Saka, we can't blame Saka. Saka is constantly being double marked.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody overlapping to open that space. And Odegaard was helping him, but that injury or whatever, he make Baba didn't even do anything for the ball.
Maybe because of Timber. To Timber style, it's not like because Ben White normally used to...
You understand?
Yeah. Fair. That's a good point for Saka. I agree. 100%.
Let me just add to I agree with all you said. The only thing I'll say is Martinelli is clueless as a winger. And the truth is, whether we like it or not, EPL teams have figured us out. Anytime we get the ball, we give it to Saka. We get the ball, feed it to Saka. Tomorrow, you play the same. So it's obvious that he's not playing anything. And there's something we always say. If you do the same thing over and over again, and you expect a different result, you're a fool. That's what we keep doing.
Fair.
So we need to get a replacement or a competition for Martinelli. Bench him if he will sit up. But again, I have a problem. Madueke won't go by. I used to say it, but you people think I just say it because I want you guys to laugh. Why do we always go for Chelsea? I feel Chelsea is spending so much on replacing players because they know Arsenal will pick at least 2 of their players. It's too obvious.
Can I counter you on that? Madueke was not... Arteta started chasing Madueke from when he was at PSV.
But he didn't
it was always going to be Madueke and Bakayoko. So it was both of them.
I beg. Let's not near those Chelsea players again.
No, and I keep saying this. That the only reason, and I think somebody rightly said that Arsenal fans complained about Nogard because of where he was brought from. Because if you had bought Nogard from a player from a team like Valencia or a team like Villarreal or another team outside the EPL, probably they will not complain. Right? The truth of the matter is, Noni, where would we find a player that would be an A-lister and will sit on